Hello and welcome to Viper Cricket's ongoing coverage of the JLT Cup. In case you missed it, today Queensland beat the Cricket Australia 11 by 4 wickets in a close match at Allan Border Field. The Queenslanders just managing to knock off the runs with 9 balls to spare, thanks to 50s from Renshaw and Labuschagne, after the Cricket Australia 11 had earlier posted 7 for 279, and we are going to crack straight into that with the full match recap. Jake Carter fell early for the Cricket Australia 11 for only 12, but the Cricket Australia 11 batsmen fought all the way down, making starts. Max Bryant hitting 60 off 48, notably. Bo Webster, the captain, with 29, Clint Hinchcliffe 41, Param Uppal 32, Jonathan Merle 20, before Ben Pengalli started swinging for the fences, making 53 off just 36 balls. The wickets were shed around by Queensland, Michael Nezza taking 2 for 58, Cameron Gannon with 2 for 54, and Mitchell Swepson, very economic, taking 1 for 31 off 10 overs. We thought that the Cricket Australia 11 had made 30 runs too many, all 30 of those runs coming in extras for Queensland, including 16 wides, and a 5-run penalty for some fake fielding, thanks to Marnus Labuschagne. Queensland got off to a great start in the run chase. Usman Khawaja and Matthew Renshaw making runs early on. Just as he was starting to look dangerous and scoring boundaries, suddenly Usman Khawaja got out for 27. But Joe Burns came in and he and Renshaw continued the run scoring. Burns would eventually fall just 1 run short of his half-century, while Matthew Renshaw went on to make 67. Mark Steckety led the way for the Cricket Australia 11 bowlers, taking 3 for 48, including key scalps, as Queensland suddenly started losing wickets toward the end. Pearson out for 17, Wildermuth out for 4. The match got a bit intense, but 61 from Marnus Labuschagne steadied the ship, anchoring the innings, and Ben Cutting smashed 39 off just 25 balls to help Queensland over the line with 9 balls to spare and claim a 4-wicket victory in their first game of the tournament. Well, we are now going to head straight into the first of our new segments for this year, and the first of which we like to call Good, Bad, and Ugly. We're going to start with the good for this week, for this game, and we're going to give Max Bryant good, 60 off 48 balls. It was a great start for the Cricket Australia 11. He got the ball rolling for them, smashing a huge 6 straight into the Stuart Law stand. And Max Bryant earns a good for this week. Matthew Renshaw as well picks up a good for his innings of 67, doing the early damage for Queensland and anchoring the innings in good partnerships with Usman Khawaja and Joe Burns, and making a bit of a statement heading towards Ashes selection time. Marnus Labuschagne also earns good this week for his 61, anchoring the innings just as Queensland started to lose wickets, and just as the game started to get intense, a 61 from Marnus Labuschagne, helping Queensland out of trouble. Bad for this game, we'll have to go to Jake Carter for only 12 runs, having made a century just 2 days before against South Australia. It's not uncommon for players to score low after scoring a century. That's just the game of cricket. But unfortunately for Jake Carter, it does go down as bad this week. Nothing necessarily ugly happened this week, but we are going to give Matthew Renshaw, oddly enough, as well as good, we are going to give him, in fact, the entire Queensland team, just for losing wickets at key moments in the game. They should have been able to knock those runs off a lot quicker than they did, but key wickets at key points just kept them from scoring the runs as quickly as they would have liked. as they only got over the line with 9 balls to spare. And we move on to this game's play of the day. Today's play of the day goes to Manish Labuschagne for giving away 5 runs in a new law introduced just 48 hours earlier, banning fake fielding. Clint Hinchcliffe drove a ball straight to mid-off where Manish Labuschagne was fielding. Labuschagne missed the ball, but motioned to throw the ball, sending Hinchcliffe running back to the striker's end before realising that Labuschagne misfielded the ball, didn't actually have it, and they were able to score the run anyway. But it was enough that Queensland were handed a 5-run penalty for this spot of fake fielding. Perhaps controversial, but it is a law now. And Manish Labuschagne's fake fielding goes down as play of the day during this game between Queensland and the Cricket Australia 11. Now we're going to take a look at where the game was lost. The game wasn't necessarily lost at any stage for the Cricket Australia 11. Queensland, as we mentioned, just getting over the line with 9 balls to spare. But certainly, Queensland's ability to work in tandem in partnerships, Khawaja Renshaw, then Renshaw and Burns, and Labuschagne with the rest of the tail as well, certainly helping Queensland across the line. Mark Steckity did his best with 3 for 48, but the Cricket Australia 11 came up short today as Queensland get over the line thanks to 39 from Ben Cutting. And now we move on to the last of our segments for this game in a segment we like to call State Oddities. Well, Matthew Renshaw is known as the Turtle, and he's known for going slowly with his innings. And today he did score 67 off about 90 deliveries, with a strike rate well below 100. But, State Oddity today, Matthew Renshaw, believe it or not, did hit a 6 at Allan Border Field. A pull shot straight over wide mid-on, clearing the ropes. 6 runs for Matthew Renshaw. And it goes down as today's State Oddity. Finally, in today's coverage, we're going to preview quickly the New South Wales versus Western Australia game, which is happening in Perth right now as we speak. The game is already up and running. Michael Klinger falling early, but Shaun Marsh and his team beginning to rebuild the innings. The squad for New South Wales, very strong as always. Moises Henriques is captain and is playing today in his one and only match of the JLT Cup before he heads over to India. We have also received word that Jason Behrendorff will play in this match before he heads over to India. And it'll be interesting to see who can take this match out. Predictions. I said New South Wales were looking strong enough to win the tournament, and I don't see that changing today as they take on the Western Australians. The Western Australians, of course, do have the home field advantage, but I do believe that the New South Welshmen have enough good players for them to be able to sneak over the line in today's match. So, just to recap, Queensland have defeated the Cricket Australia 11 by 4 wickets with 9 balls to spare. Matthew Renshaw, Joe Burns and Manish Labuschagne, Ben Cutting guiding them across the line after earlier Max Bryant and Ben Pengelly had done all the run scoring for the Cricket Australia 11. We are looking forward to this clash between Western Australia and New South Wales, already up and running. Michael Klinger falling early for a duck. But it'll be interesting to see how this game develops over the rest of this afternoon. It's going to be a long game. It's over in Western Australia, so it's going to go late into the night if you're not in Western Australia. And we are keen and eager to see how this one develops. Thank you for listening. Remember that all games of the JLT Cup are free entry, so if you are in Western Australia, get down to the game right now. You won't want to miss this. And remember that all the games are streamed live and free on cricket.com.au. Thank you for listening to Viper Cricket's ongoing coverage of the JLT Cup. And until next time, that's Stumps.